Hello, and welcome to the Learning Center. I am the host, and my name is Liii Travaglini, and I'm so happy to have today's guest. I really had to woo her for weeks and weeks and weeks because she's so good and so good at what she does that I knew my audience had to meet her. Her name is Orla Callahan, and I'm going to have her tell you her career, starting with what she was doing before she became an acupuncturist.
Hi, Lily. So nice to be here. Yes, so I am an acupuncturist right now, but this is a second career for me. So my first career was industrial engineering, which I went to school for that in Ireland, where I was born, grew up, lived there until I was in my 20s. And then I came to the States in my mid-20s, worked in engineering for a few years, but for a couple of reasons, I decided to make a change. I did go for...
What made you decide on acupuncture? Did some friend talk about it, or did you read about it?
I was always interested in energy. I can't really explain that, but I've always been really interested in energy, how it works, that it's invisible yet powerful.
Do you mean the energy that goes up and down in our body? And
Yeah,
all that?
but everything like electricity, how does that work really? All kinds of energy.
Right.
But the concept of the energy in the body and energy medicine is fascinating to me. So I just started looking up things I could study around energy, the energy in the body, and basically the power that we have ourselves in our own body to heal. So acupuncture came up, and I went for an acupuncture session myself for back pain, which so many people go for acupuncture initially for some kind of pain.
Yeah.
So I went for back pain, and I realized how much more it did for me. It had a huge impact on my stress level. At the time, my job...
How many periods of time did you have to go?
It wasn't that many at all for me. I think I went about 6 times.
And then you were cured?
Then back pain went away.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, the acupuncturist also taught me some important things to do myself at home, like how to sit, to make sure I took breaks from the computer.
Yeah.
At the time, I was in front of a computer all day, and I could just sit there, from 8 to 5, and it wasn't not healthy. Yeah. So I decided that I wanted to make a change because I saw what acupuncture could do for myself.
Right.
And I went to the New England School of Acupuncture, NESA, which is located here in Newton, in 2005.
And how many times did you have to go for sessions, and how long did it take you to become able to start your own business?
Yes, so school was 3 years full-time, like really full-time through the summers. It was really intensive. I thought initially, going to acupuncture school will be easy. It wasn't easy at all. It was much more difficult than my first degree that I did. Really intensive, a lot of different subjects, a lot of clinical work.
Working in different cases.
Absolutely, a lot of case
good,
studies.
Isn't it?
Really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it gave a very strong foundation
Right.
for us, so that once we graduated, I felt ready. I felt ready to start practicing. Yeah.
So I noticed that you do things that I've been to other acupuncturists, and they do just body work. But you do, like, at the top of your head, that's for vision, right?
Yes, yeah. There are different points. This is the thing, is that acupuncture helps so many different ailments, right? So one of the things that we have talked about is vision. So there's points on the top of the head that help vision. There's another one on the leg called bright eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the name of the point when you translate it.
And
so
what does that, by bright eyes, what does that do?
it helps the eye, it does a couple of things. It helps the eye look brighter, so it cleans up the eye.
Yeah.
And it also can help with vision problems. It
Oh,
can
really?
help you see better.
Now,
Yeah.
what about like nearsighted, farsighted? Which is the most common one that people need help with?
Doesn't really matter from the perspective
No.
of the acupuncture point. It's more about, it's the eye and the eye that needs some energy, be it farsighted or short-sighted.
So the points recognize what it needs?
Yes,
I
yes.
see. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's about balancing, right? So acupuncture is always about balancing the body. And so whether it's too much in one extreme or too much in the other extreme, sometimes the same point can just bring it back into balance.
And then for the women who are losing their hair, right, you have points for that.
Yes, so
Now,
I have
where are those points located?
the arms and the legs, 90%.
On the legs? And that
Yeah.
kids' hair grow?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So this is something that,
I don't get the connection, but that's all right.
yes, I know it's all to do with the meridians. Okay, so acupuncture is based on the meridians that run through the body, and that's the energy channels.
Yeah.
So there are many meridians going to the head, right?
Oh, really?
But
Yeah.
but they all either start or end at the hands and feet.
Yeah.
So we can access and build energy, and basically build energy and blood to the head
Wow.
from distal points.
Right.
And the hair growth for women is something that I did for the first time about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I had a client come in and ask me about it. So we worked together for about 4 months, and when she first came in, she had a lot of like bald patches. Alopecia was the diagnosis. And she would not leave her house because she felt so awful about
You
it.
know, hair for women is the crowning glory, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I know. Look at your beautiful hair. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know. It's a bad day if my hair doesn't look just the way I want it to.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So this was really successful for this lady, to the point where at the end of about 4 months, she was off antidepressants, and she had a full head of luscious hair.
And it's still. Have you seen it? Does it stay?
It's
doesn't
still
fall out or
there.
anything?
It has not fallen out.
Wow.
Before that, she had a few different periods of time, and they were all related to stressful times in her life.
Oh yeah.
When
For some of them, it's because of aging, right?
yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it's
Even
aging.
they, in that case, it still can regrow.
It can still regrow. Yeah. Now So there are different factors. So somebody that's younger, it will come back quicker, stronger,
but
more
it'll
full.
still come back.
But it can still come back. Absolutely.
That is wonderful. Are you
Yes.
getting more clients that want that?
I have just recently started talking about it, yes, because now there are 2 clients in the practice that are there for hair growth, and they're both really happy with it.
I think once they see the show, you're going to get more clients.
I hope so.
Yeah, right.
I hope so, yes.
Now, what about hearing?
Hearing. Yes, so hearing is related to the kidney function.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes. Again, that hearing is not something that I will confidently say, yes, we can improve it.
Yeah.
But there are things like tinnitus, for example, that acupuncture can help with.
Yeah.
And hearing in general, I think it can be improved a little bit once we balance the body. It's all about getting the body back in balance.
Right.
And then it's also about being realistic depending on age and cause of hearing loss as to what's realistic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how do you detect what the body needs for health? Do you take a picture of the body, or you just learn to... People sometimes don't know what's causing their pain or whatever.
Yes.
So how do you
And
find
honestly, that's sometimes the best way for us to diagnose it, because if somebody comes in with a Western diagnosis, then they kind of put themselves into a box, right? This is what it is, this is what it means.
Right.
But when people, what acupuncture works really well for is when people come in and their regular doctor tells them they're fine,
Yeah.
but they know they're not fine. There's something wrong.
Right.
Or the Western doctor might say, you know, I don't know why you have a tummy ache,
Yeah.
or I don't know why you have a migraine, right? So in those situations, acupuncture can be really helpful when there isn't anything physically there causing the problem. So what we do is there's the first visit, there's a 90-minute consultation and exam.
Yeah.
So we go in-depthly into the main complaint, the reason that they're coming.
Do you use any machines to diagnose conditions?
There is, we have in the clinic, we have a machine called an AcuGraph, and that is, that basically shows up the energy level at the source point. So these are the points at the wrists and the ankles. And
Really?
Yes, so we measured those points, 12 points for the 12 main meridians.
Oh, yeah.
And the people, the clients really like that because it gives them a visual of the energy level in their body.
Right.
We also rely on the old-fashioned way, which has been the way the
pulse.
diagnosis was done for thousands of years, the pulse and the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the questioning is really important, and understanding how the patient is feeling about, you know, about their complaint, and understanding what they're expecting, like what are they here for? What do they really want to get out of the treatments?
Right.
That's
They
all
want to
really.
be well, right?
They want to be well.
Yeah.
is Usually.
Now, I know when you put your needles all over the place and you walk out the door, maybe you don't even out of the room yet and I'm sound asleep. Does that happen with everybody?
I would say that happens about 50% of the time that
Really?
people
Yeah.
fall asleep on the table.
Yeah. And it's so refreshing.
It's so relaxing,
Yeah.
right? It is so relaxing, and I always take it as the best sign.
Is it? Yeah.
It's almost like the best compliment when somebody
Really?
falls asleep.
Right.
Because it means that they're able to just let go
Yeah.
for that 30 minutes, and really it's the body that heals itself, right?
Yeah. That's true.
This is absolutely, I totally believe that. The body heals itself, and my work of just putting in the needles is just like the vehicle to help the client's body do the work it needs to.
And now, how long has acupuncture been used in China? It started in China, right?
Started in
How
China.
many years ago did it start?
5,000 years ago.
5,000.
Yes.
Do you know the beginning of how it started?
Well, I know the concepts. The concepts are amazing. It's like poetry, really.
Yeah.
So the concepts, it's all based on natural law, right? So for example, the yin-yang sign, do you know that? You know, the black with the white dot and then the
Yeah.
white with the black dot.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is now a universal symbol, right, of the yin-yang. And it really means that there's good in everything, if you like. And when something gets really extreme, it can swing and come back to something that's the opposite.
Right.
But that originated from the sages in China long ago making observations of nature. So they observed the sun going across the sky over a mountain. And in the morning, the sun is shining on one side and it's shady on the other side. And then as the day progresses and the sun goes over the sky that was shady is now sunny, and the side that was sunny is now shady.
Right.
So it's about movement, and it's about interdependence and how everything is connected. Like one of the concepts we really believe is that everything is connected. You know, when somebody comes to us with a headache and maybe a pain on the side of their leg,
Right.
they're often connected, right? Because the headache might be here, which is the stomach channel. The pain down here on the leg might be the stomach channel. So we connect things all the time.
Now, can you repair, let me think, kidneys, if there's any problem there? Does, and the liver.
Yes.
Those are vital ones.
Very vital. So they are key organs and key meridians
yeah.
for us, right? And oftentimes so the short answer is yes, we can definitely help repair damage, because it always comes back to the same basic principles of we try to balance the body.
Yeah.
So with the liver, for example, there will often be excess liver energy. for example.
How do people discover that? What are the signs? Because it's good for my audience to know that, wow, I think I need to see an acupuncturist.
Yeah.
This sign is not right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So oftentimes before like the discomfort reaches the level of the organ itself,
Yeah.
it will show up in the meridian, right? Because the meridian is the energy pathways, right? So for example, if the liver meridian is out of balance, and this is something that's so common right now because of where we live in the Northeast, and it's a fast-paced environment and there's a lot of stress.
Very little sunshine.
And right at this time of the year, yeah. So the liver is the one that first has to deal with stress, right? So if you're feeling stressed out, then your liver organ, or the liver meridian, is probably overworked.
Right.
And people just accept stress right now. They just accept it.
Yeah.
But that is something that if you decide to come to acupuncture because you don't want to accept it,
Right.
then by treating the meridian, the liver meridian, we can prevent it from going deeper to
Yeah.
becoming an organ problem, which is something that the Western doctor might diagnose.
With some prescription drug that has side effects.
That's right.
We see it on TV all the time. If you have ailing liver, take psycho sauce or something. And but you might get heartburn, or you might get high blood pressure, or you might get blind.
Yep.
Or call your doctor right away because you could die.
Right. Absolutely. And it's not even solving the problem, right?
isn't
It's
at
just
all.
covering it up.
Yeah.
It's just like putting a patch on it.
Right.
So acupuncture is so worth a try,
Yeah.
right? Because it gets to the root. The idea is it gets to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
And the only side effects will be positive ones. Like you might sleep better, you might be in a better mood.
Yeah.
You know, like
What affects the mood?
the mood.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole thing, the whole body.
You can make somebody be in a good mood or feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, recently I had this client. She came to me for stress and anxiety as her main complaint.
Yeah.
And after about 3 visits, she came back to say she was on like a 3-month program because it's really helpful when people commit to it and
Yeah.
they, you know, when they say yes, I'm gonna come.
Right.
So she came after her 3rd treatment to say that her husband asked if she could get acupuncture every day. Because she came home and she was so relaxed and in
Oh, yeah.
such a good mood. Yeah.
Yeah, then there was another thing I wanted to ask you. What about being aggressive in changing your character? You know, say you're timid,
Yes.
but you want to be a little more aggressive. Can
Yes.
acupuncture help that? Oh, I'm thinking of one of my children.
Yeah.
Very shy. And
Yeah.
Doesn't open up easily. and-
Yes.
And I thought, does acupuncture, can they change that kind of
It
being?
can help. It can help. It can help to bring out, though, the natural essence of the
easy
person.
with people, and you know, it's easy to talk to people and all that.
Yes, it can. Well, the bottom line is it can make people more relaxed. So
Yeah.
even if you're shy and your natural way of being in the world is shy,
Yeah.
that's okay, right?
Yeah,
You can still be shy, but you can be maybe more open at
Yeah.
the same time, so that you are more able to have conversations.
Yeah.
While still being, you know, it's not going to. Who you are is who you are
Yeah.
in its essence.
And then
Yeah.
the big thing that acupuncture does, and you do it very well, is the facial. And do you have a chart or anything?
I do.
And
I have
also, different points on the face coincide with an organ, right?
So yes, so this is the chart for cosmetic acupuncture. And I studied this protocol. It's called the Zen protocol, which means beautiful face. And after I studied this, I just couldn't believe the interest. As in, people will put up with their pains
Yeah.
and aches. But when I tell them, oh yeah, I do cosmetic acupuncture, it's a 5-week protocol where you come twice a week.
Yeah.
And you look so much better. So this shows some of the different meridians on the face.
Yeah.
And basically what we do is we put needles like around the perimeter here with the idea of lifting, you know, like lifting everything.
And tightening.
And tightening.
Does it tighten?
It really does. It really makes such a difference. It's unbelievable. Like when the skin is getting a little bit floppy, maybe especially down here,
Crepey.
the jowls. Yes.
Crepey. Yeah.
Yes, crepey.
Do you do it on hands too?
Do I do for hands? Oh, you mean to make the hands look younger?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Not yet.
Well, because they
But
say your hands are the first things that look aged.
That's right. The first sign of aging is the hands.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting idea. Haven't heard of that yet, but I'll have to look into it.
I'm sure they'll come up with points.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. But the face is such a big
How long
hit.
does it take to make a really big change in people saying,
People to notice it.
yeah,
There's a lady right now, she's at visit number 5 out of 10. So it's a 10-week protocol. And you can start seeing, I'm noticing it now when she comes in. She's in her 70s and it's been 5 treatments.
Yeah.
And the fine lines are going away. So she had some fine lines here. And then the deeper lines around here are not as deep, basically. They're like just more shallow, and overall her face, you can tell she's doing something, you know.
Right.
It's like you want to say, okay, what is it? What are you doing?
Does she admit that she's having facial
Yeah,
acupuncture?
absolutely. She's proud of it.
Somebody else said.
She's proud of it because for her, so what I love to work with people that want natural, effective solutions, right?
Yes.
So the thing with the cosmetic acupuncture, it's natural. You're not putting anything foreign into the body or anything like that.
Well,
so she's proud of it because
Okay.
she's also gets all relaxed during the treatment.
and then the other big thing, I mean, I feel bad when I say these things. When I go to the mall,
Yeah.
I see such terribly overweight, and it's young people, young women and young men. Out of, does acupuncture help you lose weight?
That's a loaded question almost. So
I hated to ask you because poor things. I mean, we all like to eat, I guess, and in that case, yeah.
It's a tough one, right? What I believe is this: if the person is willing to really change, and I think the first thing is you have to change your beliefs, right? And you have to believe that you can lose weight, and there are some other things that can help with that, like hypnosis, for example, like Qigong. I have a Qigong program. It's a 6-week program where you do a whole lot of Qigong, and you don't eat very much.
Yeah.
But you have the energy of the Qigong to get you through.
Yeah.
So acupuncture will help. It can help things like when you have a ravenous appetite that really doesn't make sense, when you just can't satisfy yourself. It can totally help with that.
Yeah, good.
But the weight loss is big, it's huge, right? And it can help, but there needs to be more. There needs to be the person really being ready for it.
Yeah. Orla, I'd like to keep you here for another hour or two. There's just so much with it.
There is. There's
And,
a lot. Yeah.
But, so how do people reach you?
So probably the easiest way is my website. It's my name, so it's www.orlacallahan.com. I'll spell that real quick. ORLACALLAHAN. And my practice is in Natick. It's Global Health Associates.
And so is it very expensive? I hate to ask you that.
Yeah.
It is acupuncture?
Is it expensive?
Yeah.
So at the moment, if you come in for a single treatment, it's $90 a visit. And then you can certainly inquire. We do have prepaid packages.
So what are they like?
So that's where you can buy 9, get 1 free. And what we like about that is the fact that we want people to make the commitment, right? Because you're probably not going to get everything you want in one visit.
Oh, of course not.
If you commit to the time, then you're so much more likely to see the change you want.
Yeah, so you see people, when they get feeling good and the change has taken place, they can take a spell of acupuncture. And then maybe come back.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 And ideally, I mean, the best way to use acupuncture is as a preventative measure,
Yeah.
right? Preventative medicine. That's
Yeah.
the best way.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes in first because they're having, let's say, migraines, and it all clears up, and then they can go off, right? And they don't need regular visits at all.
Yeah.
But ideally, they'll come back maybe if they used to get migraines at the change of season, then they'll come back just
Yeah.
before the season changes
Do
a
you
couple
ever
of
do
times.
like once a month for somebody?
Once a month is common. It's a maintenance program,
Okay.
depending on the
Well, you know,
person.
we're running out of time, and I wish I could keep
Yeah.
going on and on and on. There's so much
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely.
But give us your number, telephone number too.
508-650-6988.
And will you come back again?
I would love to come back
We'll really
again.
dig right into the subject.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for coming. And this was a wonderful show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and you learned a lot. And once again, the way I end my show is to say, go out there. Make somebody feel important. Show love, love everybody, and never lie. Ram Dass said that.